Michael.
And I'm Hunter.
And together we are
Commentating Critics.
So today we actually have a video, react video we're coming to you. It's one that I actually have seen a lot of people reacting to recently with the war going on currently with Russia and Ukraine. This video is the 5 reasons you shouldn't mess with the USA. So I just thought it'd be interesting to show Hunter a little bit about the military might of the United States, but not only that, but learn a little bit of myself and see exactly where we are in the world today. So you ready? You've never seen this before, correct?
The collapse of the Soviet Union in the early 90s left the United States as the sole superpower in the world, and it's never looked back. In all aspects of the world, the United States is indeed a superpower, especially when it comes to its military might, which is unsurpassable in its strength, technological superiority, operational capabilities, and power projection across the globe.
Go ahead.
In this video, we'll take a look at the 5 top reasons why you wouldn't want to go against the US military establishment. The United States Air Force is the strongest in the world, not only in the number of operational aircraft, but also in technological superiority. The country currently operates a total of over 15,000 military aircraft, combining all the branches of the military service, including the US Navy, the US Army, Coast Guard, and the US Marines. As of 2017, the US Air Force alone has a fleet of over 5,300 aircraft, 406 intercontinental ballistic missiles, and 170 military satellites, greater than any other country in the world. The USA has the largest number of stealth aircraft designed to be silent killers and untrackable by the radar defense systems of most countries in the world. Some of these stealth aircraft include air superiority fighters, such as the F-22 Raptor and the F-35 Joint Strike Fighter.
So I actually know that jet.
The F-22 Raptor?
Yeah.
I used to have, my dad bought me when I was a kid a bunch of little military jets, and they're little cast iron.
I used to have one of those.
And I had a bunch of those. I liked them. It was my favorite.
Heavy bombers, such as the B-2 Spirit. In fact, the United States pioneered this technology in the 19th.
I actually saw one. I think I actually saw one of the F-22 Raptors the other day flying over my house.
Oh wow! Oh yeah. Well, we currently have a forest fire off subject going on here, where we've actually got over 35,000 acres burning where we live.
3 fires right now.
So we're seeing a lot of our National Guard helicopters dropping big buckets of water on them.
The worst one was started from someone just burning their trash.
Yeah, and
it was from all the wood that they didn't clean up from Hurricane Michael.
Yeah, unfortunately, we went through Hurricane Michael. You know, we had lost our home here, but with that, the trees fell, and so with trees falling, we ended up having a lot of dead trees that the county just didn't do the job in cleaning up properly, and now we're paying for it. Yeah. But that'll be for another video, another day, giving our testimony on that.
Yeah.
But let's go ahead and continue.
In the 80s, with the introduction of the F-117 Nighthawk stealth attack aircraft. Stealth aircraft are designed to avoid detection using a variety of technologies.
That is so neat how they can feel the air like that.
From ground, sea, or air-based radar antennas, thereby reducing its radar cross-section, or RCS. This revolutionary technology allows a 5th-generation aircraft, such as the F-22 Raptor, with a max takeoff weight of 83,500 pounds, to have a radar cross-section of just 0.0001 meters squared, about the size of a bumblebee. What's more insane is that the massive B-2 bomber also has the same radar cross-section as the F-22 Raptor. Thus, it becomes extremely difficult to track stealth aircraft, even if the enemy spots them on their radar scopes.
Can you imagine? It's a bumblebee. No, it's an aircraft. No, it's a bumblebee.
To successfully track them and register a missile kill. The whole idea behind this technology is to break the chain in which a conventional surface-to-air missile defense system works. It's the same reason countries like China and Russia are also hard at developing their own stealth fighter, the Chengdu J-20 and the Sukhoi Su-57, respectively. These aircraft will allow the US Air Force to assert its air superiority over any battlefield of the future. And we all know that control of these skies is the biggest decider in any war.
That's right. That's what the Ukraine's begging us to do, is stop making a no-fly zone.
Yeah.
So that would, help them so much right now.
is because of the strength of the US Navy and its dominance over the world's ocean, especially the Navy's supercarriers. The US Navy currently operates 11 nuclear-powered Nimitz-class supercarriers, which is the largest aircraft carrier fleet in the world. The only Navy that can come close in terms of technological advancement is probably the Royal Navy of the United Kingdom, but they only have 2 operational carriers. The Nimitz class of carriers has a displacement of over 100,000 tons and can carry a complement of up to 70 aircraft.
1 ton is 2,000 pounds, which means that's 200,000 pounds. Or no,
Yeah.
that's...
Yeah? 200,000
No,
pounds?
2,000 times 100,000.
It's 200,000.
No. That'd be 2 times 100,000. 2,000 times 100,000 isn't 200,000.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, okay.
So it'd be like... It'll be... It's 200,000 followed by 3 zeros. So
that would be 2
million.
Yeah. A lot.
They're literally a floating small town in the ocean with its own airport.
Wow.
The Nimitz-class carriers in themselves are extremely potent offensive weapons, but the way they operate in what is called the carrier strike groups makes these ships even more deadly. A carrier seldom deploys alone. There are always a fleet of surface and underwater assets surrounding them and forming a strike group. These include guided missile cruisers, a destroyer squadron, attack submarines, and other support vessels. Together, they project the power of the carrier and at the center of the group forward.
Can you imagine seeing that coming at you?
While the carrier is carrying out its offensive role with the use of its air wing, the other ships are responsible to protect its flanks against any enemy attack. This combination of offensive and defensive strategy makes the US carrier strike group almost impenetrable. The United States Navy maintains 9 such carrier strike groups, 8 of which are based and 1 that's forward deployed to Japan. For over 50 years, this has been the principal element of US power protection, and the Nimitz class of supercarriers are at the center of it all. Despite this, the US is currently in the process of developing a new class of carriers called the Gerald R. Ford class, intended to replace the Nimitz class ships. This new supercarrier will be even more technologically advanced and is expected to continue US dominance of the oceans well into the late 21st century. The third reason why you shouldn't fight the US military is their massive stockpile of nuclear and conventional intercontinental ballistic missiles, or ICBMs. The ICBM plays the role of the land leg in the US nuclear triad, along with the Trident submarine-launched ballistic missile, SLBM, and nuclear warheads carried on long-range strategic bombers. ICBMs are launched from ground-based missile silos, achieving high suborbital spaceflight, approximately 1,000 miles above the surface of the Earth. The body of the missile then separates from
100,000 miles into the air,
the atmosphere, and free falls to the assigned target at hypersonic speeds. The US military currently operates 400 ICBMs from its base in Wyoming, Montana, and North Dakota. The LGM-30G Minuteman III is the only type of ICBM that is currently operational in the US. The Minuteman III family of ICBMs were first developed in the 1960s as a response to the Soviet nuclear threat. Throughout the Cold War and beyond, these missiles have undergone constant modernization. In the last decade alone, the US military has undertaken $7 billion worth of upgrades. The rocket propulsion engines, the propellants used, the guidance system, and even the flight control surfaces have all been refurbished. The upgraded missiles are completely different from its 1960s counterparts, except for the shell. These state-of-the-art improvements and modernization programs have kept the Minuteman III system operational for over 50 years with improved reliability that supports the missile's remarkable 99% alert rate. The latest versions of the missiles have a range of over 8,000 miles, which is greater than the diameter of the Earth at 7,917.5 miles. They can carry multiple 330 kiloton nuclear warheads, which is...
That makes you think. I mean, you feel so protected saying we're so far away from all this happening over there with Russia and Ukraine.
But yeah, we can send something all the way around the world.
Yeah, so, I mean, and we do see news often where they're talking about North Korea testing their long-range ballistic missiles and stuff, so it does get you thinking what could really happen.
Yeah.
20 times greater than the bombs dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
We know
Not only that,
Yeah.
each of these warheads can be assigned to different targets independently. The technology is called Multiple Independently Targetable Re-Entry Vehicle, or MIRV, and was first developed for the Minuteman III family of missiles. So,
That's like the Marvel term calling that the Tony Stark's the glasses, calling it barf. Remember?
No, I don't
They
remember.
called it MIRV, M-I-R-V, MIRV. I immediately thought of barf, the barf technology.
His name wasn't. That was no.
Yeah, remember he said barf. He was, we need to come up with a better name for that.
Oh well, his suit had a name.
The Mark 5 or Mark, whichever one, but it's Mark something.
No, like it was like a woman name.
Oh, you mean like Karen, her, right? The AI.
Yeah.
Friday, and then there was...
Yeah, and then Spider-Man also had one in the Iron
Yeah.
Fire.
any country messing with the United States will have to deal with this awesome arsenal of firepower, which can be launched at a moment's notice.
Fireworks.
If it weren't the ICBMs or the stealth fighters raining fire down on you, it would be precision-guided munitions, or better known as smart bombs or PGMs instead. This is another big reason why not messing with the US military is a good idea. All branches of the US military use smart bombs in some forms or the other. These weapon systems are designed to be precise and hit a specific target with maximum efficiency. These bombs are so effective that during the First Gulf War, PGMs comprised only 9% of weapons fired, but accounted for 75% of all successful hits. Since then, for the US military at least, the days of normal artillery shells and unguided bombs are long gone. Nowadays, the military uses PGMs from air, ground, and sea. Precision-guided munitions come in various forms.
Imagine flying in the air, like over an ocean, and then seeing a missile come out of the water right at you.
Have you ever seen the video on the Angel of Death?
No.
I know you've seen the plane because it's on Call of Duty. It's the one that you come through. It's like the highest kill streak reward you can get, and it's shooting guns at you and everything. We'll have to do a reaction video to that for him because it is amazing seeing what it does. There's another YouTube channel that I like, the infomercial.
Wait, are you talking about like where like they're shooting planes and it's like the red bullets?
No.
Oh, because I saw a video of that the other day, and it was like they'll see like a plane flying, and they'll like shoot it like ahead of the plane so that way like the drop and everything of the bullet will like hit the plane, but it's like really fast, like these like red glowing bullets.
Oh wow!
And then like you'll see it, you'll know when it hits the plane because like the plane starts to explode and go down. It's really cool.
And use different kinds of technologies to achieve precise hits. A large majority of PGMs use the Global Positioning System, or GPS, of satellites to guide their trajectory to target. However, sometimes this becomes a problem, as GPS coverage is not always reliably available everywhere across the globe, or bad weather conditions can hinder operations. Thus, the Office of Naval Research, the Naval Surface Warfare Center, and the Army Research Laboratory have all coordinated to develop the first ever artillery-fired smart munition that will not use GPS guidance. The project is known as Moving Target Artillery Round, or MTAR for short. The MTAR shell can be guided onto stationary as well as moving targets in both land and sea, using a combination of guidance technology. The best part is that these shells can be fired from the existing M777A2 155mm towed howitzer and the M109A7 Paladin Integrated Management Self-Propelled 150.
So this thing can be like shot from everything.
5mm artillery systems already in use by the US military. The shells will also feature an extended range of 40 to 60 miles using rocket boost.
You know those ones where they have to like drop the bomb in it and then they have to like kneel on the ground and it like shoots out? Like they stand in front of it.
Oh,
and drop
like a grenade launcher? Or no, wait.
Not a grenade launcher.
Oh yeah, the mortar launcher. Mortar.
I saw a video and they did it and then the guy did it and it barely shot out.
I saw one that was
and then
on.
the video cut. I think they all died.
Oh wow. There was one where they were in camp or something, and the guy it was a comedy, but he hit it and it shot straight up in the air, and they had to grab and jump in the barracks in the bunker.
to propel them. Once finished, it will afford the US military another potent
Yeah,
weapon
there you
system
go.
that outclasses others around the world. Lastly, the fifth and final reason why you shouldn't fight the US military is drones. We're all familiar with what
There's this guy on TikTok, I think his name is Mr. Ballin, and he's also on YouTube. It's either him or the other guy. I forgot the other guy's name, but he showed like a video or something of like him in combat, but like it was like it looked just like that right there, and it showed him and his buddies getting ambushed.
Oh wow.
And like them getting shot and stuff.
what an unmanned aerial vehicle or drone is and what it's supposed to do. But in recent years, the usability of UAVs are steadily increasing to encompass all spheres of military operations, and the US military is the pioneering spirit behind it. At first, used only for surveillance missions, drones were quickly weaponized after the 9/11 attacks and have been extensively used by the US military in the war against terror as an offensive weapon platform. It's forecasted that over the next decades, the US is in line to purchase over 1,000 combat drones of various classifications. Some of them, like the Lockheed Martin RQ-170 Sentinel and the Boeing MQ-25 Stingray, are already in the final stages of development, and once finished, will provide the US military with state-of-the-art platforms capable of multi-role operations, ranging from attack missions to aerial refueling. Drone technology has reached such heights today that a single UAV can loiter miles above the surface of the Earth for hours, waiting for the target to show its head and sticking with impunity. This capability will allow all the services under the US military to reduce its dependency on manned platforms, thereby reducing the risks during future combat operations. These 5 weapon systems make the US military extremely dangerous for any adversary looking to get into a conflict with them. In a conventional warfare setting, it's almost impossible to beat the US military machine. That's why modern enemies of the United States are employing more and more asymmetric warfare strategies against the mighty US military. Despite that, the US military juggernaut is hands down the most powerful military complex in the world today, and probably will be for decades to come. That's all we have for you today, folks. Thanks for sticking around till the end.
So what do you think?
I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah. So I mean, our military, I feel safer knowing this. I mean, and I did watch the one on North Korea, and I saw some of China, and I thought it'd be something interesting for us to go through and review and look at. But it did get me scared to the point of realizing that we're not safe from attack just because we, haven't been attacked on our own soil since 9/11. Doesn't mean we're still safe. But we've got a very strong military there that I'm very proud of and I support, and I truly believe is there to fight for our freedom and is the reason we're such a great country. What do you think?
I don't know. We're more advanced than I thought we were.
Yeah.
With stuff.
Yeah, some of those drones even look like, alien spacecraft and stuff. It was strange how shiny it was. And I think that's how the whole radar stuff is the reflective, but I'm not sure. I'm not as smart when it comes to all that stuff. I'm not like you, A student. So, you got a verse of the day for us today?
It's 1 John 4:4. You, dear children, are from God and have overcome them, because the one who is in you is greater than the one who is in the world.
Amen. Who's the one that's in the world?
The Antichrist, or the
Satan.
Yeah.
And then the one
False
who's
prophets
in
and false messiahs.
And we're keeping God within our heart. That's the one who's within us.
Sin.
And God, huh?
The one that's in the world is sin.
Yeah.
Sin itself.
Yeah. So it's greater to hold on to God than to have fun for a season with sin. Yeah.
And you can't hide sin from God. Even if you don't tell him about it, he knows it. It's just the fact that you're telling him that it's whenever he forgives you.
That's right. All right. Well, if y'all ever have any questions, leave them in the comments. We'll be, even if it has nothing to do with the video, has something to do biblical, whatever, we'll be more happy to get back to you. But We're going to do some more React videos, and we're going to do some more eating videos. We got an Easter video coming up where we're going to be eating a bunch of Peeps and some that I never knew existed.
You didn't know Peeps existed?
No, certain kinds, flavors, cookies and cream and stuff like that.
Oh.
But we appreciate your support. We appreciate your liking and subscribing and clicking that little bell to, get notified whenever we have our videos uploaded, which we're trying to do, like I said, at least 2 a week, but it's getting a little hard with some time that we're having to be away from each other. But leave a comment. Let us know what you like and what you want us to do later. So from Michael
and Hunter,
we are
commentating critics.
Have a good day.